Today, ladies and gentlemen, we will be going over multiple things you have been doing wrong, including me as well, for a very long time, and essentially have been holding you back for eternity. Let's get right in. Number one, the most crucial mistake, boost over ball. I cannot emphasize how many times I see this happen. Let's set the ball up right in the middle, and let me also take off infinite boost just for a second because I do want to actually give a proper demonstration. Alright, there we go. And let me show you just a very key example of what you're doing wrong. So the ball's in the center, maybe like around here actually. Let's set it up right here. There we go. Other team have just blocked your teammate's center, right? It's gone out here, and you think you have enough time. You want to go for the boost here, and then the ball is just barreling into your net before you can even get back in time. So that's kind of timing and misjudgment, and let me actually get into the avoidance of this issue. Actually, essentially that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to avoid these mistakes, not just declare them. So first of all, a lot of people I think blinker completely when it comes to like mini pads. I think the fact that people just see the big boost, it's the most effective way of getting boost. That's not true. It's actually a very ineffective way of turning off ball cam, going to your corner, especially, and I mean this especially in 2v2s. I cannot stress this enough because you are just holding yourself back non-stop. And let me just, just elaborate. The ball's there, right? Let's just get rid of all this boost we don't need. Teammate's center, let's say, has been blocked, and you have 0 boost. Now the thing is, you could spend 3 seconds getting the minis here, right through this path, centrally, and have maybe 36 boost, I'd say. 36 boost, which in my opinion is enough. Almost any situation which needs clearing near your own area. The problem is, and I do this as well up until this day, I just take off ball cam, go for the corner boost, and then boom, it's in. You have to realize and you have to memorize this path, which I'm going to show you. You want to go from the right. There you go. It's that path. Remember those corner boosts, those mini corner boosts actually, and do not try and memorize those big ones, because clearly the big ones are just literally floating balls, an absolute aura of a ball. You will see that. Just try and memorize this path. Try and remember this central pathway, which is always very crucial for a quick recovery to face the ball, or these sort of pads on the corners of your goal, which you will need. That's just one of the points. Let's move into the second one. The next one is sort of a very annoying thing that I think is done up until champ, mid-champ. I've experienced this for so long, and I still do experience this. I do this myself sometimes. Need to learn to not do this, and it's simply, as I tried elaborating in the last video you can actually check out, which I will link, the fact that the ball is here, right? Let's just say the ball is here, your teammate can go for the center, as we see here, and let's say it gets kind of blocked around here. Let's say the ball gets dropped where I am right here, it gets blocked towards here. Now the problem is, you went far post. Basically, what I'm trying to insinuate in the video is this, that, oops. Basically, let's say you're here, and if the ball gets blocked around here, which is very common, near post, I'm going to try to defend this. If it gets blocked here, blocked out here, and let's say you're actually over there, that's you, you're going to have a very hard time getting all the way back. Track that. So instead, obviously, being close to the front post is very important because it gets blocked usually around here, the ball. You can get the ball here and recover, or turn back very fast. And you're also covering, essentially, if I could just go back as well, if it does get crossed over towards that side, you are actually covering that as well. You can get there in time. Your car is facing that way. So you have a very nice sort of fast recovery route there and here. That's essentially what I'm trying to say. So try position yourself near post. That's essentially what I'm trying to say, if you have followed me so far. Actually going through time in free play to actually learn how to recover. 50 in a goal, get knocked into the goal, you have, let's say, 0 boost. Let's just go emulate that. So you fall into the goal, you have to recover as fast as possible always. You have to learn wave dash, of course. It's very easy mechanics. Of course, also off the wall. Very fast. If I could actually speed flip, that'd be very nice. Obviously, I can't yet because I've not really put the time into learning it. But again, see, that's a mistake on my part. You should be trying to put in time into these type of mechanics. Same with this maneuver, just jumping off the wall and wave dashing like that. You have to learn to jump out and just recover like that as fast as possible. You are saving so much time, and I do highly recommend this. It's just a very quick tip, really. It's just recovery. At the end of the day, you have to go into free play. I'd say you have to play more matches of 1v1s. I'd say I think 1v1s will really help with just solving this mistake. Poor recoveries is a constant mistake we all make. We don't realize it sometimes because we thought we did the best recovery we could, but turns out we couldn't. Anyways, that's enough of recoveries. Let's go into the fourth point. Fourth point is essentially another sort of more abstract concept I want to mention, and it's actually positioning in your own defense. Now, again, I briefly went over this in the last video, but I do want to actually go more in depth now. Simply, a very common scenario is the ball is getting crossed, let's say through here, I'd say, getting like driven up here, and there's actually a huge issue that arises with this position right here. Let's say you're sitting near post, because again, you're expecting the ball to come around this level. You want to jump up and just block it away, right? Ideal scenario. Problem is, a lot of people now, I mean, the higher up you get more creative. They'll try flick it here, and you're never getting that when you're near post. First of all, you'll never react to that in time. So what does this mean? This means that you actually truly have to actually learn to get on your own backboard, especially in the threes games. You have to try do training packs off the backboard. Now, this is another problem a lot of people do have. Again, not enough time being put into these sort of uncomfortable training packs, these sort of more dull ones, backboard ones. And of course, I have linked in my previous video, which I will recommend. Other video is mostly just a slight taster, but I do want to go more in depth with this video, especially in this one I'm about to tell you. Now, aside from this front post position, another thing I do want to say is you need to be, I would say personally, kind of like this actually. I think you have to not fully cover that near post. Of course, it looks very vulnerable, but the thing is you have to understand is a lot of people make the mistake, as I told you, of going far post for the center. A lot of people do that still. So you have to try kind of match that. They might rarely they'll go near post, so you have to watch out for that as well. So you want to kind of partly cover it. Don't commit to either corner completely, because the full commitment is a huge error anyone makes. So you want to be with boost, obviously, not without. Let's just turn it on right now. Right, there we go. Let's go back. And let me show you. Okay, right here. Kind of try to keep that central position. You have to be really aware that you're not too close to your back post or your front post. If the ball, say, comes right above there, you will probably have enough time to block it. And of course, if you're in a twos or threes game, you will have a teammate as well. This actually brings me on to my next point I want to try and make. This next one is a little more of a discreet, yet I think for me very crucial, because so many people forget you can do this, and it's simply just going into controls and changing control of Deadzone. Simple as that. For me right now, this is what works for my controller. But the amount of people that actually just do not change the Deadzone is ridiculous, and don't change the aerial sensitivity or steering. Dodge Deadzone especially, that's why you're backflipping. And the fact that no one actually goes into the Deadzone settings. To explain in a nutshell, the higher up you put it, the more your stick has to move from the center. So basically more of a movement. Maybe you want to feel the stick more, maybe a joystick. Or maybe you have a very sensitive one and you want to put it lower. It depends. You have to find the balance. But a lot of people do not tamper with this and just kind of leave it, whatever. It doesn't matter. And same with these kind of camera ones as well. Swivel speed, I have on 10, but again, I could probably lower it. I'm just used to it by now. Maybe it's not ideal. Transition speed as well. Another crucial thing is basically how fast the camera will transition from non-ball cam to ball cam. Hopefully that's a very easy explanation for you guys. I have also recently just checked these settings out a bit more because I found myself backflipping so much, it was driving me crazy. Hopefully I did cover some pretty interesting points there. Hopefully some of it does help you and actually kind of motivates you to, you know, solve these, arrest these mistakes entirely from your game, because these are very, very irritating to have, especially in competitive games where you're trying to win overtime and use backflip, or the rotation isn't right, go boost over ball. There's so many different things. I could go over more mistakes if you want, and if you do want to follow up with this video, just let me know in the comments. I do want to know if I should continue this type of series where I just kind of try explain things explanatory way. I could of course try clips, go over replays, and I will potentially. Just let me know in the comments if I should. I would be down for that, of course. Just want the feedback, because I do want to be certain, of course, I'm making content that people actually will want to watch. I hope you guys have learned at least something. If you did need the help, of course, this is mostly a thing I'd say for diamonds, potentially diamond 1 to diamond 3. For all my hardstuck diamond, I really wish you the best, and I hope you enjoy either your day or night. Goodbye.